Hello! Bit of a surprise video tonight because I didn't really plan ahead. But, how not to kill a motorway? I'm standing on what used to originally be the northbound carriageway of the M6. That was changed in 1970 when the M6 went over there to the lakes because a new bridge had to be built to get you onto the roundabout. Anyway, that's by the by. But when that happened, this became a spur off the M6 and it stayed as a motorway. That carried on until about 1987 when over there a single carriageway section was opened and the thing was then given the number A601M. Now that's never made sense because the A601 is actually the Derby Inner Ring Road. This has no connection to that. But here we are now in 2023 and Lancashire County Council have finally got rid of the motorway status because they want to develop on this road. The only thing that gives it away is that yellow sign, for example. All the other signs are still there, saying that it's a motorway. Over there in the distance, you can still see a lot of blue signs hanging on, including two that say, motorway regulations, no pedestrians, no stopping. So I'm not going to walk over there because I don't want to get hit by a car. But I think it might be worth having a little quick trip up and down the old Carnforth Spur and just see what's left. You'll be surprised, there's a lot of old motorway signs still hanging on. And there doesn't seem to be any plan to get rid of them. Now interestingly, I complained about the state of the signs down here, which I put a link to in the description. But I think it might be time that somebody shows them how the signs along here should look. So if you stay tuned, I'm going to do a slideshow demonstrating what it should look like. Well, I am showing me a sign Bryn after all, why not? It's about time I did a video about signs. Look closely, there's no gap in that roundabout, so that sign's been wrong since 1987 as well. The sunlight's not going to be my friend, so I'm standing in front of the tree. Now, historically, this would have been breaking the law to stand here on the hard shoulder because motorway, can't do that. But now it's an all-purpose road. Clearway orders only apply to the main carriageway. And as far as anybody knows, the definition of main carriageway has never covered an all-purpose hard shoulder. I wonder if they're going to do any active travel provision because the Porsche dealership that they downgraded the single carriageway section for has a very rudimentary off-road path. And it's not the first time this has happened that National Highways got rid of the M181 over in Scunthorpe, creating the oddity that is the A1077M. Now you can see that there are pictures of that over on roads.org.uk, which I'll also provide a link to in the description. Incidentally, that's the Lancaster Canal under there. I think somebody else probably wants to do a video about that though, so I'll let them do it. Well, I think that covers this one nicely for you. I'll catch you next time.